Tuesday morning, Tuesday after, Brandy went MIA for a period of time. We feel like, I appreciate there'd be a lot of you listening right now that weren't with us at 6 a.m, so we're just going to try and piece together again. Because by my count, Brandy detailed, if you go back on the podcast and have a listen, he detailed a lot of gaps and he put times on things. I think there's a mystery period.
There's a missing hour or two.
I think there's a 2:30 to 3:30 period or 2 to 3 that we don't know what happened. And I'm thinking Hangover. If you go back to Hangover 1, at the end, the photos come together. There'd be clever people out there. Can you Photoshop Brandy into some possible scenarios between 2 and 3?
Do you think there's moments where I could see a photo and go, wow, did I really do that? Did I really get up to that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you were there. Shots, you were, as I said, swinging the old brown and white jersey above your head.
I seriously didn't know I could stand on my head still. There I was.
Warwick,
there I was.
Damn, where else out of Penrith?
It was almost
Aqua golf.
Sort of ray gun areas, you know. No one over 50 should be dancing. And the video that's been produced is proof of that. I shouldn't, I should have stayed away from the dance floor.
We are here
especially with my shirt off. Like, they're ridiculous.
We're here for Bryden's Lawyers. What's ahead for Penrith? So just fill in the blanks for us now. Ahead, presentation night tonight, which will be big. But then you've held back the actual fan celebrations, and it's still school holidays in New South Wales. So tomorrow will be the fan day. Are you across any of the timings or where it is? Is it just at the ground?
Just at the ground. Just at the ground.
Just turn up.
I'm pretty sure
and get into it and ramp it up.
I'm pretty sure. I'll confirm that between now and 9 o'clock. But
is James Fisher-Harris able to do another
I think
microphones
aren't part of it. No, stay away from the microphones.
Melbourne NRL Sons. That was one. Can we get that audio out of James Fisher-Harris and Parramatta? That was so funny. But no, so you've got awards tonight. Player of the year. Yeah, that's.
Well, I'm early days. My pick for the definitely have to be Yo. My pick for the Clive Churchill was Yo.
Me too. Me too. I'd have met Martin.
Who thought Liam came up with a couple of massive plays, but Yo was just again the
what was it? 78th minute. Remember that hit up? He did 78th straight through the middle. Every other forward on the field's gassed, and he's charging through the meat.
Yes,
and making 15, 20 metres. I thought, wow.
Yeah, I did. I thought he was the it's been confirmed. 9 a.m. start at the Leagues Club for a 10 a.m. player presentation.
Right, to the fans. Yes. Fantastic. It's okay. Lock that in, Penrith fans. So 9 a.m. at the Leagues Club.
10 a.m. player presentation.
And just make sure you're there. Wear your Penrith colours and stand up, flags up.
Flags up.
Beautiful stuff. So, for those who missed it, just your quick thoughts on the grand final now that you're back on deck. The Penrith performance, different to the other years.
Yeah.
But
different grand final.
100% professional from Penrith and tactically.
It was. You could understand Melbourne came into the game as favourites, and you could certainly understand that. With the form that they'd shown over the last couple of months, Penrith missing players, were a bit scratchy against the Sharks the week before, where the Storm weren't scratchy in both their wins against Cronulla, and the Roosters destroyed the Roosters down there in Melbourne. I thought Penrith's key players played better than the Storm's key players. Penrith's defence was able to shut down. They completely shut down Jerome Hughes.
True.
Pappenhausen looked dangerous at times. Munster looked dangerous at times.
But
Harry
not the 40 runs of the previous two finals.
No, that's right. So I think in the end that was the difference between the two teams. The Stars played better.
I ask you this: can you believe? And you're a proud Penrith man, no prouder, as proud as any Penrith man. Can you believe it? You're sitting here. Your team has won 4 straight grand finals. And that other record that still hasn't probably been put up on the pedestal, which is now better than the Dragons of the run in the 11th. Penrith have now won 12 straight finals matches. That is 2 better than the Dragons did at any time of that 11 straight premiership run. Penrith, and to win 12 straight in the modern era, you have to win 4 grand finals. You think about it.
Yeah, that's right.
You've got to play to 12. Yes, you have to win 4 straight.
Of course,
we are getting Bradman areas.
Yeah,
I don't know. You may have a team win 4 straight sometime in the next. Well, what's his name? Robbo, the Melbourne journalist, has arrived before the Swans or AFL takes over.
Yeah.
someone might win 4 comps in a row, but they won't necessarily win 12 finals matches in a row.
No.
It may be unreachable. It may, like, Penrith make next year's finals, lock it in. They're going to play finals, whether they win the comp, but they're going to add to that 12, I reckon.
Yeah.
I just think
I know it's
an amazing achievement.
Yeah, and for the key players in that side, Jerome Luai and James Fisher-Harris, and Sunir Taruva, who was there last year as well, to be able to bow out in that fashion. James Fisher-Harris to the Warriors, Jerome to the Tigers, along with Taruva, was very fitting as well, because both James and had been mainstays of that side through since they were 15 years old. As Sunir Taruva was a great junior at Penrith, came through the Harold Matts SG Ball, graduated to first grade, and they do now move on. But I can't believe it. No, it's incredible. That was the feeling on the ground after the game, Vossy. The feeling was, wow.
What have we achieved?
What has just happened?
Yeah, great. No, that is beautiful. And I'm a rugby league nerd and student of the game. And I said in my tip on the weekend, I'm tipping Melbourne to win. I think Melbourne have been the best side this year. But there's a huge part of me wants Penrith to win and go on and win 5 and 6 because, this is like, never thought this had happened. I love history of the game, and I don't think it's a bad thing for the comp to have a champion team like Penrith. Now, on we go to test selection yesterday. And I'm pretty sure you'll back this up, Brandy, because you had a bit to do with him in Origin. I think it'd be remiss of us not today to say or tip our hat to James Tedesco.
Yes.
Because he's basically been retired as an Australian player. We're talking an Australian captain who led us to World Cup glory. James, and I assume he's not listening, but if someone passes on the message, James, well done, mate. You should be very proud of what you've done in the green and gold as one of the finest players of the modern era. And to captain Australia, you did the job superbly and carried yourself so well. It is not necessarily a drop in form greatly that you lose your position, but the baton gets passed to a great fullback in Dylan Edwards. But to James Tedesco, Brandy, a big pat on the back for what he achieved as a Kangaroo, as an Australian player.
He has been an amazing player, Vossy, you're right. And, having seen James through Origin camps and how he prepares himself and the professionalism, the person that he is, the man that he is, really is the key. And he shouldered the responsibility of being the skipper like no one else. He was a great captain, great leader for the Blues and also for Australia. But it is time, it's time. And even though his form was great, Dylan Edwards, the baton was passed to Dylan Edwards in Origin this year.
True.
And Dylan Edwards was the best player in Game 3. The decider, Edwards was the best.
Bang.
He's the best.
Bang.
So he gets the number 1 jersey, but James Tedesco has been fantastic.
So to you, James, we giant salute on behalf of rugby league fans for what you achieved as an Australian representative. Now to the new Australian captain, Isaiah Yeo. Now, you talk about your quality blokes. And Run Home with Joel and Fletch have had his dad on, Justin, as recent as last week. And hearing all Justin's story about Isaiah and how when Isaiah gets time off, does he bring his mates up? No, he just loves family time. And and you've told the story. So he's now father of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, 3 under 4.
3 under 4.